Mason, my name is Samanya. I worked with your brother.
Lucky you.
I know this is a lot to take in, but you're going to have to trust us.
Why?
Because you don't really have any other option. The commander thought you should have this field manual. It'll help you survive out here.
In Earth news, Ryan continued.
So let's talk gameplay. This is an open-world sandbox game with driving and third-person shooter elements. You've got an alert level, which is this guy here, warning how badly you're being hunted. So really, this is kind of Grand Theft Mars. With building destruction, of course. And building destruction is mostly permanent. If you trash it, that building's going to stay trashed. I'm not trashing in here because this is the Rebel base, so I don't really want to. Although, I think this is the only place where they repair. I've accidentally driven cars a little too fast in, trashed some of the side walls, and I'm pretty sure those walls were repaired later with a dude standing next to him welding them, so hey, that's pretty cool. Let's take a look at the map. So, the map is divided into sectors. I'm in Parker right now. Over here is Dust, Free Fire Zone, Badlands, and each sector, the goal of the game is to liberate all the sectors. You do this by completing plot missions, which are these guys over here, lowering control, and raising morale. Plot missions and control need to be handled to clear a sector. High morale just gives you bonuses, like more help and more quest rewards. Plot missions are these yellow stars, and there's a maximum of 4 plot missions per sector, which kind of disappoints me a little. I like my games to be a bit more plot and a bit less side content. Side content are these green markers here. These are guerrilla actions, which are side games like move a car from A to B within a certain time, destroy a structure with given weapons in a given time, rescue prisoners, steal convoys, more stuff like that. These have a mix of rewards like scrap and morale and control. These blue markers are EDF buildings of note. Destroying them lowers control. There's also EDF propaganda like billboards and things, which you can destroy for a morale boost. Finally, there are 2 kinds of collectibles. And these are some of the best kinds of collectibles. They're not tacos. The first are purple crystals, like that one right in front of me that I'm running up to. I'm not going to smash it. You can smash it and scrap flies out. I'm not going to smash it just yet, because there's an upgrade you can get fairly soon that increases how much they spit out, so I'm not going to waste this crystal. There's also recordings. These are personal logs of random people, and I think they're mostly the dev team. They're mostly arbitrary, but every few you collect will give you the location of a big bomb, which is hidden underground. You drive over the bomb with a car to pick it up, you drive it somewhere you hate, and you set it off. So finally, let's talk about the scrap. I've been collecting some. You can see it down there, Salvage 31 in the lower right-hand corner. You use it to buy weapons and buy upgrades to weapons. Actually, enemy weapons you can pick up, and the moment you pick one up, they just go in your stash. Red faction guns are cobbled together though. You have to build them and upgrade them with scrap. You can also get upgrades like more charges, more armor, and a jetpack.
This is a hard time for all of us.
You do these at the workshop, and I don't really have access to much yet. I can increase the number of charges I can deploy, I can increase the number of charges I can carry, I can build an arc welder, I can get the salvage collector, which is the thing for a truck that collects salvage as you drive over it. So, don't really have much, and don't really have much salvage. The more side missions you do, the more guerrilla actions you do, the more things you're going to unlock. So let's actually go do that now. I'm going to go complete a couple of guerrilla actions, because they're going to get me that crystal upgrade I was talking about.
It feels like I'm living in a penal colony.
Trucks. This is my favorite car in this game. Controllable, fast, reasonable acceleration. Not that well armored, but actually pretty well armored. Only thing really heavier is military vehicles. So I'm going to head here. We got a guerrilla action right there. Demolitions. Alright, here's our first one.
To do this job right, pay attention to your surroundings and use what's in front of you. Oh, and make sure you're out of the blast radius.
So this is telling me I'm going to get a pistol with 64 rounds, I'm going to get 13 hydrogen tanks, and hydrogen tanks explode, and I got about 3 minutes to do it. That's 3 minutes to do it if I want to get the regular reward. There's going to be a pro time, which is a lot less. Taking a look at the map, you'll see there's a red icon on it. That's the thing I need to destroy. So let's run a few barrels down there. This won't be too hard. I'll just set the explosive barrels kind of around the edges of the building. And I'll do it really fast. Let's see if I can get that pro time real quick. Probably could put that one a little closer. We'll find out in a sec. I'm just going to place 4 or 5. See if I can do a lot of damage, and then see if I can do the rest just by planting one, or maybe just throwing one at it. No clue what pro time is on this one. Alright, let's give it a shot. Oh. They weren't quite close enough to each other. 2 more. There we go. Come on. Come on. Yeah, there we go. So, like I mentioned during that tutorial, sometimes it takes a little more than you think to trash a building. Oh, nice. Exactly pro time. So, it said the reward was 25 salvage, it gave me 50. Because, pro time. Alright, let's head back to my truck. When I look at the map, notice I don't have a whole lot on it. I got those 2 missions I already know about, those 2 guerrilla actions. I got a few buildings to crush. But you also notice I've only really got this section revealed. Everything else, there's just a whole lot of fog of war over it. Anything in the fog of war yet to be revealed. So there could very well be a whole lot more stuff to trash out there. It's been a while, so I'm going to use that route line to help. A lot of times in games like this, I like to try to route myself places, help me learn the map, so it makes things like running away from the cops and the like a whole lot easier, because I already know the routes kind of by heart. I know where all the side paths are, etc. Alright, let's go complete this mission.
With the right tools, you can make an impossible task look easy. And then afterwards, you can talk about how awesome you are.
So, they've given me a rocket turret. They want me to destroy 5 communication towers. So those are going to be those windmill-looking things, and that disc-looking thing off to the side. So, let's get started. There we go. I guess, yeah, it's going to want me to toast the bottom part of the structure, too. There we go. There we are. Once you see the building structure critical thing, it's telling you it's toast. You notice the timer stopped and everything. Oh, I'm going to need to move much faster for pro time. Okay. It's going to let me try it again. It's only going to give me more loot. Alright, here we go. I've unlocked the ore additive. I can go back and get my ore upgrade. You know what?
With the right tools, you can make an impossible task.
I want to hit pro. I'm going to pro this. So let's aim at the bottom of the towers. Oh yeah, I've already lost this one. Maybe. Did it a lot faster this time. That tower's still there. There we go. Pro. So an extra 25 salvage. So you may have noticed when I did it the first time, I was all flailing around with the mouse like, and the second time, movements were much more precise. I got this awesome gaming mouse, recommended to me by one of my brothers. It's got a little button on the side where you can crank the sensitivity down. Really useful for, I like my sensitivity kind of high when playing these games, when playing any game. So being able to press that button for fine point adjustment when sniping or doing stuff at range, really useful. Oh, let's not go that way. I don't want to trash all the local infrastructure yet. So, this game goes a really long way to making you feel like the good guy. Really the only... Oh, there we go. Now the cops are mad at me. So, Now they're chasing me. You can see my little warning light has turned yellow. And now it's green, because they didn't get a really good look at me, so my warning level went down. So they do a really good job making you feel like the good guy, because especially as you get your morale up, people cheer as you drive by, all the civilians are on your side. Only the EDF are really angry at you. So now I'm going to get my ore additive.
We could use some of them EDF scouts.
My name is Samanya.
There we are. And now I get a little bit more out of those crystals. Let's get the salvage collector while we're at it. No reason
That
not.
should help out.
Let me deploy a
You
few
can
more
thank me
charges. Now you notice I'm going to swap weapons a little bit. You notice I got my little weapon wheel down there, the very much designed for a console 4 weapons thing. If I want to swap what I'm carrying, that's what these lockers are for. I don't really have access to a lot. Rifle, charges, and your sledgehammer is always going to be weapon 1. I don't want you leaving home without that thing. Now normally, I try to get my morale up a little bit, because morale over here affects how much scrap you get at the end of plot missions. But I don't think you guys want to watch me run around and trash buildings. I think you want to watch me at least do a little plot before I do that. So let's try our first plot.
Mason, this is our former base of operations. We had to clear out before the EDF discovered it. Now we just need to cover our tracks. I know you're familiar with demolition, so maybe you can help us out. We need that building destroyed. Blow up anything that the EDF could trace back to us. Think you can handle it?
Yeah, I can probably do that. They want me to go trash a building. I've already trashed a couple.
This'll be a piece of cake. We're transmitting the base
Get my
coordinates
truck.
now.
Got it. I'm
Trying
on
not
my
to run
way.
everybody over as I back out of the
Davey,
place.
Hugo Davies.
How'd you get caught up in this?
The mining conglomerates found a huge ore deposit beneath our colony and tried to force us off the land. When we resisted, the EDF rolled in. It was a massacre.
I'm sorry.
We found refugees from other colonies and our numbers grew. Your brother joined us soon after.
That was always Dan's problem. Couldn't run from a fight.
If there were more like him, we'd have a chance of winning this thing.
Maybe.
Okay, so I'm not the world's best driver. So these crystals, like I said, you smash them, you get stuff out. You get 2 little orange, or 2 little purple things that fly out. You collect them. Normally they're worth 5. Additive makes them worth 6. Now, there's 2 swings you can get on the hammer. The regular swing, and when you hit the melee attack button, you get this overhand swing. So the melee swing, the regular one, you notice, you gotta kind of wail on that guy. And if you swing wrong, you're gonna catch the dirt or something next to it. So I prefer to use that overhand swing on crystals. It just makes them a little bit easier to trash. Anyway, I got a mission I'm supposed to be doing. So I'll try to finish trashing a couple street signs. I like how the old base is like a quarter mile from the new base. And the old base is really obvious. Heck, right up on that hill over there, I was just up on that hill earlier trashing stuff. You can see the building, or the tower. So just behind that, there's an EDF base. So, really well hidden, guys.
Alright, I'm at the base.
Good. Use whatever you can to bring her down.
So that's an ammo crate. Ammo crates
We
are
left some
single
fuel
use.
tanks behind. You can shoot them or set charges to blow them up. Damn it. Mason, an EDF unit is heading your way. I'd hurry up and finish the job.
So this is a building I want to trash.
You said this was gonna be easy.
And you'll notice on my map it's telling me how trashed that building is. So useful. But there's apparently dudes on the way. So I should probably move. Got those barrels. There we go. So notice what I was talking about. Notice how much of this building is still intact and not collapsing, despite how much I've taken out. Also, there's apparently a propane tank there. So let's go check. And I was told there were dudes coming for me. Let's see if I can spawn them.
Mason, they're right on top of you. Take cover.
Indeed, there are.
You said this was gonna be easy!
Yoop. Yeah, I'm doing awesome. There we go. So there is a cover mechanic in this game. I'm not currently using it. But it is in there, partially because I keep trashing all the things I could use for cover. So like I was saying, you can get EDF weapons off of them. Like you see that pistol lying on the ground just right there? Yeah. Just running over it, and now I've got it. Cool. Alright, let's finish trashing this building. A few more. We got some hydrogen tanks right there. A few more charges in. This hydrogen tank's how to do it. So notice I only hit the bomb button once, but it toasted every charge I deployed, so unfortunately you can't destroy them in sequence. Yeah, there's really not a lot left of this building. I'll bet. Take that out. There we go. There was no way I was going to hit that with a hammer. I am not standing under that building.
EDF are on the way. Get back to the safe house.
I need all this scrap. Gotta collect the scrap. Also notice the filing cabinets. I thought I was supposed to trash all the things that lead me back to us. There we go. There's the filing cabinets. Oh, a few more. I don't actually have to destroy these, mind you. But it just kind of makes sense to me. I should probably do it. Right. Kind of toasted my stairwell too. So remember how I said that the buildings you destroy stay destroyed? That can be a little bit of a problem occasionally when you trash like your stairwell up. There's always another way, and especially once you get the jetpack, it's a little easier to stay mobile. But it can make getting up and down off of things kind of irritating. So, big truck, heavily armored, does weird things when you drive it off ledges though. They tend to roll and flip. Come here. There you go. Don't regret that. Ah, they're shooting at me. Fortunately, as I said, armored car. Don't want to run over him. It's friendly.
Good work.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm fine, by the way.
You've done your brother proud.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, he had the same definition of easy as you.
So many people, I don't even...
So notice I could have gotten another 80 scrap if I had gotten my morale all the way up. So that's one reason it's a good idea to really
I know
skyrocket
you're
that
angry,
morale.
but we don't have the luxury of playing it safe. Your brother understood that. Mason, we need your help. There's new info in your Guerrilla handbook that will be useful.
Going up to ammo lockers gets you more bullets, which tops you off. Which, as you can see, I got 4 clips for my handgun, 3 clips for my assault rifle. They do not give you many bullets. So before I go any further on plot missions, before I finish running that lady over, I want to see if I can get my morale up a little bit. I'm going to toast a few buildings. I'm going to find some propaganda, smash it, like that, right there. That billboard, boom, trashed. You know, while I'm at it, might as well see if I grab some of the scrap. Looks like I already did. Notice trashing propaganda, though, not always the best idea, because now the fuzz is on. Let's see if I can find another billboard or two. So I came up here looking for crystals. I thought there was a repository or something up here. Turns out I was wrong. What I found is, you may have seen a little green blip on my map. I'm not sure if I can get this one just yet. I said no jetpack, but yeah, I can. So see that right there? Yellow thing? Now, that's a recording. I'm not entirely sure why it's emitting a bright yellow glow. I'm pretty sure I shouldn't pick it up. That sounds like radiation to me, but yeah, let's give it a shot.
I'm 100 million miles from the nearest medical facility. There's nothing in my gear that can fix what's wrong with me. I took too many risks.
So there we go. You find stuff like this lying around, and it says 2 more radio tags for a Moab. So every 3 of those, they tell you the location of a big old bomb. So at this point, I'm actually going to drive to where I know there's some crystals. Drive to where I know there's some crystals, trash some propaganda on my way. Apparently trash a comm tower while I'm at it. And then I'm wrecking this car. Not designed for off-road. Not at all. There we are. See some purple on my map. Purple means crystals. Like I said, there's kind of two ways you can smash the crystals. You can hit them from the side, but notice, man, I'm just chopping the ground. Or we can hit them from above. Much better hit. Yep. There's that John Carter jumping again. Come here. There is always the problem with more dangerous locations. Spitting those crystals off into the far distance. Having to go chasing them. Where'd I put my truck? I lost my truck. Great. There it is. So let's see what new stuff I got on my map. Not a whole lot. It's probably going to make me do more guerrilla actions before I unlock... excuse me, it's going to make me do more plot before I unlock more guerrilla actions, but let's go take down a target. Let's go take down that. That's probably a little big for me right now. Let's take down that processing plant. Yeah, that sounds like fun.